some of my earlier works stems back to the reggaeton. I mean, that's something that I had started doing also, I believe, in the late 90s. And I had released one of my current albums that I put out was Phat Fingerz 10th anniversary. That was some time ago, but the actual recordings were recorded over a decade or two ago. But I had called it Phat Fingerz, and I have a lot of reggaeton productions under that, was because at the time that's the word. Your productions are fat. Yo, man, your work is fat. That was, so I was already known as Fingerz. So I figured for a different style of, or a different genre of music, why not go with Phat Fingerz? So that's where that stemmed from. And what I did when I released Phat Fingerz 10th anniversary was put a compilation together of different talented, incredibly talented guys. I don't want to drop any names, but if you go, check out the album, you'll see there's so many different artists on there. But I just couldn't record these projects and leave them in the drawer, because there was so much work at the time that I was doing, that I recorded this, didn't release it. I just had, I think it was about 12 or 15 tracks on that particular album. And I heard it about 10 years after, 10, 15 years after, and I was like, wow, I came across it, and I played them and listened to it. I said, I should put this out. I mean, it's work that I did. It was, at the time, it was like the thing, reggaeton and Latin hip hop, because there's a combination of both on the album, Latin hip hop and reggaeton. So I figured, let me put it out. So I put it out as Phat Fingerz 10th anniversary, and I'm very proud of putting that out for the simple reason that I didn't want to put away or keep the world from knowing the talent that can be found around the corner. These guys were amazing. It was just, I was working, as you guys already know, at Manny's Music, and one of the security guards there had heard of my productions, a lot of dance stuff and house. And he came across me testing out a new keyboard in the keyboard department, which is where I work. And he asked me, I've heard your productions, man, it's fat. Do you want to try something with reggaeton? Do you know what that is? And at the time, I'm like, reggaeton? It was Spanish stuff, and I was doing a lot of like hip hop and dance. And when he mentioned that, I said, let me take a listen to what this is about. And then he started spitting, and I was like, wow, he's good. I always say in Spanish, but he was really good. So we decided on having him come over to the recording studio, to my studio up in I think it was in Parkchester at the time. And we laid down a few tracks, great, but I wanted to do a compilation. Then he told me, well, I have this boy, and I have this boy, and I have this boy. And I'm like, yo, bring him to the crib, let's get this done. So we brought him over to the studio, and I recorded so many different artists. Amazing, these guys were amazing, but so many different things also happened personally in their lives, in my life. So I never was able to push that particular project out till a few years later. But I didn't want to hold that back, because their talent was amazing. And I'm like, I gotta put this out there, even though as a compilation or a 10th anniversary celebration, because I believe I released it exactly 10 years after it was recorded. So that's something that a lot of people may not know. Like, oh, you release work on the Phat Fingerz as well. They're looking for just Fingerz and Company, which is my brand name now. And of course, Boys in the Lab. I dropped a few tracks under that brand. But prior to all of that, I dropped Latin hip hop and reggaeton CDs under Phat Fingerz. So it's just a little fun fact there of how far back my vast genre variety stems from, and I've been having fun all these years just doing what I love.